Hey, it's Thursday night, Boogie with the Bull. Thursday night, it's Tuesday night. Tuesday night live, Boogie with the Bull. 7:11 on the East Coast. I'm Dave Wilson. You're not. Jen Woodruff is on her way. She'll be here in about 10 minutes. She was working the polls on the Idaho primaries today. And you probably don't even have to report anything from Idaho. Donald Trump blew away Joe Biden and will become the next president of the United States. And if you're staying out of primary today, it's probably the same news over where you are. Uh, do not know if Donald Trump has been kicked to the curb, not guilty uh, in any trials. We covered that this morning on the surprise Boogie with the Bull Tea Time Tuesday. That was an impromptu one. So a lot of people may not be around to catch us tonight. We did this just because we kind of think we're obligated to Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 o'clock. So we still need to come and make some kind of an effort uh, to do it when we can. Let's see. The rest of the week tomorrow is Boogie with the Bull Morning Caffeine Wednesday with me and Randy Rhodes and anyone else who wants to join us. Thursday night's an open discussion night again. And then Friday morning, if there is one, it will be Red Friday. It'll start at 10 o'clock and it will end at 11 o'clock, uh, meaning that everybody will be parachutes departed by 10:59, and then we will be dark at 11 o'clock so that this stuff can get thrown into a duffel bag and go down to the Cape. Not the Cape, go down to Daytona Beach, Florida, for a craft fair at Family Treasures and Willow's Craft Corner. Those two crocheting crazies. They're not crazies. They're not obsessed, but they do make some awesome, great stuff. So go to the Family Treasures Facebook page. It has the white chicken with different colored speckles on it. That's the right one. Like that, take a look around at what you see there. We'll also tell you where we are going to be on Saturday. And you can also do special orders if you see something that you like, or you know something that you want to have made, crocheted for someone. You can go there and do a special order. All kinds of credit cards are taken. They process through Square, and they process through Square, and a couple of different things. They don't take Cash App. So if you have Cash App, you're in trouble. If you have Venmo, they do take Venmo. I know that. And anything that Square takes, they take. Uh, so, like I said, Family Treasures Facebook page. Take a look around if you see anything. Order it, or we're going to be here in Florida at a craft show near where you are. Please come out and help support Family Treasures and Willow's Craft Corner. Two really great, hard-working entrepreneurs that are really kicking it, really kicking it, really kicking it. They enjoy what they do. They enjoy making the stuff that they make. They enjoy doing the craft shows, getting out and meeting people, and taking care of their crochet needs one item at a time. And they work around the clock, really, to try to keep items stocked and be active on the Florida Craft Show circuit. So you'll see more and more and more and more wonderful stuff they make. I haven't given this little octopus guy, I haven't given him a name yet. Donna made one red, white, and blue one because usually when she shows me something, I say, I want it in red, white, and blue. So Octo, or whatever we should call him, sits up and he watches. He's the floor producer. Delilah, who in her bed down on the floor, is the executive producer. Robin Brunson is watching, and Robin Brunson is probably going to be our director of sponsorships one day, because one of these days we will get uh, everybody at Fat Cup Coffee Company on one screen and everybody here at Boogie with the Bull on another screen, and talk about a sponsorship announcement. I keep saying a sponsorship announcement differs from a advertising thing, because we don't want to take your money. What we want to do is we want to do trade outs where, like with Fat Cup Coffee Company, if they come aboard, we want to give away Fat Cup Coffee, we want to give away Fat Cup gear, hats, T-shirts, whatever they have. Uh, we want to be able to give that away and build an audience of happy customers on Facebook and other social media networks to go to the Fat Cup Coffee Company website and buy their stuff, because they really are a fantastic coffee company. The house coffee, Robin Brunson sent me a pound that lasted just about a month, and it was ground. But I'm sure if you want whole beans and you need a grinder, they can probably sell you both. And uh, you'll be happy. You'll be happy. And I'm waiting to one day have a big fat cup for drinking coffee on Boogie with the Bull broadcasts. And on that note, Mr. Rayfield, you are in the Boogie with the Bull uh, live chat watching on the Dave Logan profile. You're more than welcome to come and join us at any time you wish, if you want to. If you're not available, I understand. And I hope everybody did catch Ray's broadcast this afternoon and tuned in, turned on the actual and factual. I unfortunately slept a little bit this afternoon and didn't do much of anything other than check the inside of my eyes for weeks. So I apologize for not watching it, but I will get over there and watch it and share it. And if you have watched it, folks, get out there and share it. If you haven't watched it, go over and watch it while you share it. And support the people here on Facebook that are trying to get you the actual factual and inform and entertain and educate you all at the same time, because we have some things happening in November. And if we don't start laying the foundation on how we're going to pull this off and get Donald Trump back in the White House and keep working that plan, you never know. Ranger Dukes is watching. Good evening to you, Ranger. Kind of an impromptu, unplanned in the fact that we did sit down and work a idea of what we were going to do. It's an open discussions broadcast. Jen Woodruff is going to join us in about 10 minutes. Michael Anthony got a link, but said that his internet up in the mountains is not particularly well tonight, so we don't know if he will drop by. Ray has a link, and he may be able to drop by. That's awesome. If not, I always say we'll just end it early. I'll just ramble a few times, and by the time I realize I have re-rambled the same thought patterns for an hour, it'll be time to end tonight's broadcast or pop into the live. Have to be political. That's the thing that we're learning with Boogie with the Bull broadcast. The Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning caffeines and the Tuesday, Thursday night lives at 7 p.m. They don't always have to be politics. We had Joe Burlak from Divinergy and Divinergy.org on last Thursday and learned a lot. And if you know Joe from Divinergy and Divinergy on Facebook and Joel's postings on Facebook, you can go to my profile, and that broadcast is still floating around the Facebook Dome, or you can go over to the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and you can take it from there and share it everywhere else you want to help educate the world on Joe and Divinity and divinity.org. Excuse my mouth; it's not quite getting the words out uh, tonight, but I am doing my best. I'm not caffeinated in the sense that I didn't drink much coffee today, but maybe a good shot of Maxwell House will help get me going. If you are a coffee roaster, distributor, whatever, on Facebook, and you hear me talking about trying to do something with Fat Cup Coffee Company, we're open to doing something with just about anybody, just about any business, really. If you are a business and you got a ball cap, or you got a T-shirt, or you got a keychain, or anything uh, that you can give away that promotes your business, we'll even give you an hour or so to come out of Boogie with the Bull broadcast and promote your business free of charge, and then we'll plug you during the broadcast, and we'll keep plugging you in exchange for some kind of stuff that we can give away, and hopefully the stuff that we give away will bring more people to watching the broadcast as my eyes wander around set for other things that we can promote. We can promote this. This is the Boogie with the Bull bipartisan white ceramic mug, a limited edition mug, because it is truly bipartisan. You hold it in your left hand, and everyone knows that you are a leftist, socialist, communist wingnut that watches Boogie with the Bull broadcast, and you enjoy drinking coffee with your left hand, or you can hold it in your right hand, and everyone knows that you are on the right side as far as voting and where your head should be. And you support Boogie with the Bull broadcast as well. Unfortunately, as I say to people, the cup, the mug, is a little bit more than it should be because we get them from a place that does them one at a time. It's $10 for the mug. It's $10 for shipping. If you are a Democrat, so it's $20, $10 for the mug, $10 for shipping. If you are a conservative patriot, a Republican, a supporter of Boogie with the Bull broadcast, we have a limited special just for you. The mug is $20 and it includes free shipping. We will work over the next few months to try to find a vendor that maybe can print us 10 or 15 of them at a time for a fair price, and we'll keep them and we'll start giving them away. The summer months are upon us, and we'll do something with a thermal mug also, because I think people really want a thermal mug more than they want a ceramic mug. I just wanted the ceramic mug for me because I think it's cool. You watch all the big broadcasts like Steve Bannon and Alex Jones, and they all have their fancy mug, or 5 on 5 on Fox, or CNN, wherever you're watching. They all have their fancy mug sitting on the table. And rumor has it I'm going to trade one of our Boogie with the Bull mugs for one of the beautiful white ceramic Patriots Lab mugs very quickly, very, very quickly. So that's the one I'm talking about, William Rayfield and the Patriots Lab. I can always go, see, here's my beautiful Patriot Lab mug, and you should have one. And him, you get a better deal. I think his is only $7 or $700. I don't know, but it was something. I know it's a lot less than ours is. And
as one of my famous rappers once says, yesterday's price is not today's price.
Well, the original idea for me is that we were going to get the Cricket cup press and be able to press them, but that didn't turn out like we thought it would. And then I thought, we'll maybe we'll do T-shirts or ball caps. I don't really know. Right? I hate talking about everything that we can put our name on and sell or give away, because we're not out to make money doing this. there are expenses involved in it, and we cover that because that's just the way I am. We cover those expenses. What I might do is say, hey, 20 people buy a mug for $20, and the pennies that we make will probably be given to a charity. And the charity that we may embrace in the next couple of months is Bonnie Johnson's Homeless Veterans Project, which is underway in I want to say Alabama, but I don't know. I don't remember if it is, but it's yeah, I think it is Alabama. I think they're working on the first one. They have it open. They're getting everybody acclimated, the veterans that will move in and live there, as well as the staff that is there to help them. And once they get that going, they will be looking to do it throughout the United States. So maybe money that comes into Boogie will go through any kind of a merchandise sale. Some money might go toward that or the appropriate charities. So kind of heed the lesson of Donald John Trump. We don't need the money to do the broadcast. But anyway, enough harping about what we do need, what we don't need. I did miss your broadcast, as I said, this afternoon, because for some strange reason, the inside of my eyes decided to close, and I didn't wake up. And I will go and watch it, but and I will share it and make sure other people watch it and share it. Uh, how was it?
It was brilliant. It was brilliant.
Hey,
Short,
okay.
short. Um, Basically, I was just recapping. I was waiting to see what happened with the rest of the Trump trial. As everybody already knows, it's over. Everybody, both sides have rested. Um, Trump didn't have to go testify. That's a good thing. No need for him to have to go through any unnecessary nonsense.
Right.
But one of the things has really struck me as odd. Well, not just me, but a lot of people. They're actually letting the jury go home. Um, they're saying in such a high-profile case, normally juries are sequestered, their phones are taken, they're able to make that one contact, and they will be, in close proximity to one another until a verdict is come up with. Well, in this case, they are allowed to go home over the Memorial Day weekend and come back Tuesday with instructions not to participate in anything that had to do with the court proceedings,
Right.
not to listen to nothing or anything. Yeah, right.
Now you watch how many of them are going to do it, and you watch how many of them are going to get caught doing it. Uh,
Get caught doing you can go as soon as they go home and go through their front door. That's all they're going to be talking about. I
yeah.
mean, so that's a mute point. They do that just to say they did it,
Right.
just to say they told them.
And how can they? I mean, they're at home, but naturally they're going to stay home because there's no need to be out running around advertising that they're a member of that jury. But they're going to be
Well,
home.
it's it's
They're going to
it's
watch TV. They're going to be on the internet. They're going to do everything.
it's
They're going to be
Memorial Day
on.
weekend. They're going
Yeah.
to be celebrating Memorial Day weekend with
That.
family and
Yep.
friends, and
Yep. Yep.
that's going to
So,
be the main topic. So,
yep. Yep.
and people really need to understand it's now become an issue to where everyone will know that the jurors know the information that's given to them before they make their decision. See,
Right.
I've always known that this was going to come down on his side because now it puts a another layer of pressure on them. Do you really want to be known as the one to be outed 5 years from now that found Donald Trump guilty in a bogus trial? I don't think any juror is going to want to take the chance because they know it's going to be made public sooner or later who was on the jury. That them given the information, because now people know that they weren't sequestered.
Yep.
So they're going to be able to hear the actual and factual. Even Jake Tapper and CNN had to finally come out and say it's what they called it prosecutorially misconduct or something. Either way, it wasn't good.
Right.
And so CNN has basically conceded the fact that they didn't present the case. All the witnesses that they put on were basically good defense witnesses. And the what's my man's name that came on last that I knew was gonna put the nail in it? Robert, whatever his name is, Costello.
Okay.
But him being Cohen's attorney and being able to state the fact that on numerous occasions, not only Cohen told him, but Cohen told other people that Trump had nothing to do with it. And then to come to find out, Cohen stole over $60,000 from Trump. So he's going to jail again after this is all over with for stealing money from the Trump organization.
Yeah, after he just got out of jail.
So everybody that tries to touch Trump winds up going down in defeat. Now Cohen getting ready to go back to jail for stealing. But yeah, they have no case. They didn't put on a case. It was basically a smear campaign, and everybody knows it. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. And hopefully it will be done. We'll move forward from it. President Trump will get back to doing what he does best, getting out on the campaign trail and spreading the plan and letting us know that we may be down, but we can get back up from where we are right now, and we will. And
all the cases against Donald Trump are slowly. Well, they're self-destructing. So they all had a lot of hype in the beginning, but they're all just fading away. Fannie Willis, she has problems of her own that she's dealing with, and she's not going to be able to recover, and there's not going to be nobody else to pick up that case. Trump's going to win on appeal with the Letitia James that's going through appeals, and the what's my other guy's name? The case that out of nowhere just got put on hold until further notice.
Yeah.
Jack whatever his name.
Jack Smith.
Jack Smith. So
up in Washington, D.C. Yeah.
They've tried to do everything they could. They tried to throw everything they could at this man, and Joe, Sleepy Joe, he's still out here lying to everybody. You know, the White House had to go retract 9 lies that he told at the commencement speech there at Morehouse.
9 lies. That's why I couldn't watch it, because I would have just been yelling at the monitor or the TV set, whatever I was watching it on, going.
Just lies, man, just lies. So it's what we're dealing with. So now the ICC is trying to come after Putin. I mean, not Putin, but Netanyahu for war crimes. Now I don't know exactly how far reach the ICC has with Israel, because I don't know how much of a stranglehold that the United Nations and all that shit has on the Middle East and over there. But it's things are crazy. Things are crazy. Yeah. But I'll tell you one thing for damn sure. They get ready to have a Trump rally in the Bronx. I was watching it today. And
I understand it's going to be a wild party.
Well,
I,
we'll
I mean,
see.
I mean, it's not going to get out of hand and be crazy, but there's going to be a lot of people and a lot of people celebrating Donald Trump.
Yeah, they are. And what's funny about it, and what I like about it, it's AOC's district. So the people that literally uh, put AOC in office twice, because these are the same people that live in the hood. They ain't in the South Bronx. Her people. But wow, they have brought out their support for Trump like I never thought possible.
Yeah.
So you don't hey, you don't never know, man. That's why I say a lot of people say Trump gonna be found guilty. Man, God works in mysterious ways. Letting these jurors go home to be able to see that, oh, what the heck have has been going on to New York City since we've been doing this stuff for 5 weeks. New Yorkers,
Could you
they're gonna wake up.
could
They're
you
gonna see it just like they're gonna see it just like regular New Yorkers have seen it. It's crazy how it works.
could you imagine could you imagine the election is tomorrow? Trump carries New York City and New York higher than any president did before, and sometime the next, you know, his first day in office, you see him and AOC sitting in the Oval Office, and the photo op is that she decided to become a Republican
Who?
because New York went red.
AOC.
AOC.
They wouldn't take her. I wouldn't take her.
I mean, you, you got to figure that if New York is going to flip from blue to red, then the smarter I mean, they're still going to get prosecuted for all the crimes and all the things they did as Democrats, probably, which is why we probably wouldn't take them anyway because they're finished in New York politics anyway. I mean, it's sad that Chuck Schumer finally got to be Senate Majority Leader instead of Nancy Pelosi's prize poodle walking behind her, like two or three steps behind her, not knowing what what he should do when he was Minority Leader. And it's sad that the Trump trials and January 6th and all of that will probably prove that Chuck Schumer has as much dementia as Joe Biden, and he should probably no longer be there. On our side, it's sad that Mitch McConnell, won't be there because I think he's already said he's not running for reelection. And with the health issues that he has, it's obvious that he probably needs to go home and enjoy uh, life with his family and his
Hi,
grandkids
Jen.
and whoever. Anyway, Jen Woodruff was doing the right thing for the state of Idaho, and she was working at one of the polls or watching
Hi.
one of the polls. So, Jen, tell us what happened out in Poland in Idaho today.
Hi, it's good to see you guys. Okay, this was just the primaries, not presidential primaries, but local government. So we were voting for seats, and it was fantastic. And last time I did something unique. Instead of saying, they want you to know, is this a Republican straight ticket or is this a Democratic straight ticket? And I didn't want to be put on a poo-poo list. So I said, no. I said it's not because I wanted to. I was like, you don't have to know what I'm doing. You're going to see when I vote. So I said no, and then I just voted the way I wanted to. So today, the other people that said that, as well as me, got a special ballot, and it has you check the first ballot if you want this ballot, which is constitutional. Are you going to vote the Constitution or are you going to vote Democratic? And I thought, wow, isn't Democrat supposed to be just this other wing of the same bird? It's supposed to be Republican and Democratic. But this one said, are you going to vote constitutional or Democratic? And I thought, everybody should be voting constitutional. So, of course, I chose constitutional. And I thought, this is really weird. But the battle lines have been drawn, and that's what we dealt with today. And I only really, I was excited. I know a couple of the people that are running, so I voted for them. Then they had the nerve to put the very last thing on the on the ballot on the backside was a levy. And it explains this whole thing, how it's going to turn out to be what, $1 million after 2 years, but it's going to support good things like the libraries and the high school. Well, there's like 5 high schools, and I'm thinking, this guy, okay, the governor is taxing our groceries, and you can't get enough money out of that, and they still want to do this levy. So I thought, when you start talking about not taxing our groceries, we can start talking about levies, because I think they've got plenty of money to boost up the high schools and the libraries. So that was the most interesting thing, besides the choice between constitutional or democratic. It was weird, but I'm back, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be late. I'm so glad you guys are here.
We were late. I was late. I was late this morning
Yes,
with Ray. No, I was late this morning with Ray, and I was late this evening with Ray. And I'll work on that. I will work on that.
Awesome.
I will work on that.
And I just pop up.
Yeah, Ray
Hi,
just
Ray,
pops.
Ray.
Ray just pops up. You know.
That's awesome.
Sometimes I think about doing a broadcast just to see if Ray shows up.
But I'm always like that. I'm always on my time. You know, people don't never know. They don't ever know when I'm going to show up anywhere, when I'm leaving, when I'm coming, when I'm going. I love leaving people in anticipation.
Cool.
And suspense.
That's good.
Yeah. All right. As we roll through Tuesday Night Live, what else is there on the agenda?
I don't know. It's your show.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Anybody in the live chat is welcome to toss up a topic. Jen is welcome to toss up a topic. I didn't have time to ask Jen that if she had a history lesson that she could.
Oh, it's so quick. Right. It's just fascinating. It's just really quick. It's not much of a lesson. I didn't put it together well, but the best part is this happened on December 22nd, 1944. It's right before the end of World War II. And these 2 German soldiers come up to an American base, and they have 2 little white surrender flags. Okay, these 2 German soldiers come to an American base with these 2 little flags, and this is when Patton is the general. Okay, and they come up to their base, and they offer this ultimatum. They're like, we come in peace. They weren't surrendering. Just the 2 of them were being peaceful. And they said, we want to make this deal with you. It was Hitler's right-hand man is the one who sent them. Heinrich, I believe is his name. So he sends them, and they go to make this plea bargain that if you guys, these are 2 Germans. I have to be careful, because when I heard this from my sons and their friends, they call them Krauts. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. They go, the 2 Krauts come up with these little white flags. And it's not that they are surrendering, but they're saying we come in peace, meaning don't shoot us. And so they say, if you Americans will surrender and, come, we'll treat you very well in our prison camps. You guys just have to say, we're done, you win, and we'll treat you so well. And Patton got word of this, and General Patton wrote back, because they had to put it on paper. And so it was this ultimatum plea bargain deal. And it says it was like a 3-liner. It's the first line says, there was the plea bargain deal. And then it says, well, at first it starts out with, from the Axis powers or Axis arm in the European front, and then it gives them this ultimatum, and then it's and it said to the Allied arm in the European front, and it signed, and it gave them the ultimatum, and it was signed off as the Axis arm in the European arena. So Patton writes back to the Axis arm in the European arena, and he put one word in the middle of it, and it was in all caps, NUTS, nuts. And then it said, from the leader of the Allied power in the European front. And the Germans were so confused. Even Patton's army is saying, what in the world is that? Well, it's an acronym, and it stood for not until total surrender, meaning from the Germans, not the Europeans. And so I thought that was great. And then they went on to give threats, and they said, the next time you send some of your soldiers over here, we will kill them. And if you send more after that to get them, we will kill them too. And they basically gave them such a bloody picture that the Germans were so scared, and they were like, this is stupid. And I won't even tell you how the war ended, but I think you know, and it was good, and it was in our favor.
I can't imagine that there would be two Germans.
Just two.
If they actually thought about the mission they were sent on.
Right.
Here they're going to go and tell the head of the world's army, Patton, you guys surrender, and it'll be just like Hogan's Heroes, and we're going to treat you well, because all I can imagine is that if it was done in 2024, it would be MacArthur taking this and throwing this at his screen.
Right.
My favorite, my little bomb there. That's what you would see coming out of the screen. Ask MacArthur to surrender and tell him that we're going to live well, because you got to imagine if MacArthur had done that, they would have paraded him around Germany for a few hours, and then they would have gassed him.
It was actually General Patton. And he's and they say there is a bloodline between him and Trump, and I haven't seen that yet, and I haven't been able to prove it, so I didn't bring it up. I shouldn't have brought it up till I could prove such a thing. But
well, you know who we have to bring it up
to? Randy Rhodes. He'll know. He knows. That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll have to bring it up to Randy Rhodes and see if he knows. And if he doesn't know, then he'll have to find it, because that's what we pay him for, I think.
Right. Awesome.
Okay. And moving right along, what else is there? Somebody give me an idea for something.
Well, besides
the White House released 1 million barrels of petroleum from our strategic oil supply to.
We still have a strategic oil supply?
Yeah. We still got a strategic oil supply, of course. If we didn't have a strategic oil supply, we would have been attacked by now.
But didn't Biden sell or give away a good amount of it to China?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. But we still see. This is what you have to understand. Once you have access to something that is plentiful, you never completely run out.
Right.
You might deplete yourself to the point of almost empty, but you're never completely dry.
Well, that Biden knows firsthand that doesn't always how it is, because when Biden was vice president under Obama, we had something called the Strategic Ventilator Reserve, and we had so many of them in there that by the time COVID came around and President Trump needed to release them, they weren't there. And that's why he invoked that War Powers Act or whatever it is that allows the president to take over some private businesses and tell them what products they will make.
Oh, they keep things secret from him. He doesn't even know when his son died. It's so sad.
No, you don't know nothing. You
He
don't.
doesn't know anything.
I know. He said when he took office, we were at 9% inflation. No, we weren't. We were like at 1.5. We weren't 9% till now. He lies and he makes it sound like what he's doing is what his predecessor said. He won't even say the guy's name. It's
He's an
very
habitual
frustrating.
liar. He's an habitual liar.
Yeah,
Everybody.
and everybody is lying for them. I mean, I put up a post in one of the groups recently that was gas was $1.83 a gallon when Trump
Left office.
when Trump left office. Gas was $1.83 a gallon. That's what the average was, and evidently, what was I going to say? Yeah, Facebook fact checker. I forget where they were or who it was. Said no. There's no proof that that's what it was, and that's a false news. That's a false news story. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Since Joe Biden has been in office, he has told 371 lies.
Almost a lie a day.
That have been blatant. What Judge Jenny just lies, not mishaps. They try to compare his lies to Trump's lies, but they say Trump's got those petty lies when he says, like, when there's only 1,000 people somewhere and he says there's 10,000, or
right.
He exaggerates, he embellishes, that those are the kind of lies Trump says.
Yeah,
but
right.
Joe Biden, he literally just he comes out and says the most divisive lies. That they're like in his commencement speech, how he came out and said that Trump said if he doesn't become president, there's going to be bloodshed in the country. Trump didn't say that. He was talking about the car industry and how it's going to be a bloodbath in the car industry. But see, it's just wow.
Yeah.
And that's a common phrase. He's right. That's a common phrase they use in the car industry. It's going to be a bloodbath. It is, because cars are so expensive. It's crazy what they're trying to do.
But they intentionally just twist everything, the word, and everything.
Right.
Hopefully what happens in the car realm is that President Trump gets us off of this crazy thing that the future is electric cars. The future could be electric cars if the electric grid was up to being able to handle it. But the future will never be an electric car that costs you somewhere between $23,000 and $90,000. That if you get 10 years out of the battery, you're lucky, and it will cost you about $13,000 to replace the battery. And I mean, it's just ridiculous. Plus, there's even worse things than the price of the battery. It's the slave labor that is,
to get the lithium.
The pictures of these little kids dressed in cargo shorts and polo shirts,
digging,
for
no
lithium protection.
And cobalt.
Yeah, no protection.
Oh my God.
Digging lithium and cobalt, and you got to figure that those kids are, you got to figure that those kids aren't going to be doing that job very long, and I don't understand why real safe means of mining that stuff isn't being forced.
That's good.
But I don't know. I don't know anything. Suzanne Haddix, good evening to you. Karen Shoemaker, good evening to you. William Grant, who's watched more Boogie with the Bull broadcast now than anybody else except Danny Campbell, until Danny Campbell logs in tonight. then Danny Campbell will be one broadcast ahead. Ranger Dukes is watching. William Rayfield is watching. Robin Brunson is watching. And as I said earlier this morning on the weird feeling to do a 10 o'clock morning broadcast on a Tuesday. That I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, Danny Campbell's now one broadcast ahead
Awesome.
of William Grant. So if you're keeping a
Awesome.
score, I don't know. They'll have to get a prize someday. We'll have to figure out something cool that we can.
Yeah, okay, so I saw this
play with the
interesting
pen.
post. It terrified me. It was talking about the UN and how they're setting up camps here in the United States. Why would they be doing that? What do you think they're preparing for? Are they the ones that are the enemies within? Did we pay them to do this? It's terrifying. I'm like, why are the blue hats here?
Aren't the
And
Blue Hats the army of the World Health Organization who relies on UN troops uh, wherever they go? Or am I wrong?
I don't know. Ray would know.
Right.
He knows everything.
Because isn't it that if Biden does in fact sell the United States under a health emergency to the World Health Organization, that it would involve bringing the UN peacekeepers or whatever they want to call themselves,
the blue hats,
the
right?
Blue Hats into
That's what I
take
thought.
over. And I can't see that happening. I really can't see, regardless of who your commander in chief is in the United States military. I can't see anybody in the United States military idly standing by and just saying, "Oh well, we're just going to stand down and let the UN Blue Hats come in and do whatever the hell they want in this country."
Wow. It's terrifying. It's a scary time. We've never been faced with this. We have never been faced with election interference like we have this time. I can't believe it. This whole New York sham trial is ridiculous. It's costing us more money to try Trump on nothingness than any money that he could have ever has he ever costed us anything? I don't think so. And they cannot blame this on him. This is their fault. This is definitely a Democrat election interference. And it's sad. All because what? They want to send us over to the WHO? I hate it. Is that the end game? So they're the overlords and we're the serfs?
But
Go
it
ahead.
might be what they think is going to be the final thing. But I don't see that it's going to happen because I can't see the Republican controlled House signing off on it and sending it to the Democrat Senate who agrees on it, and I can't see anybody in Congress looking at Joe Biden and going, this is a logical thing. This is what a president does. They just give their country away to the World Health Organization.
As long as Chi's there, he won't care. I'm sorry. I remember he was always like, is Chi going to be there? He loves the Chinese minister. He loves that. The Chinese president. What do we call him? Xi Jinping. Is he the Chinese prime minister or is he the Chinese president? What do we call him, Ray?
President.
He is, yeah. But if because they control the World Health Organization, my question is if the World Health Organization takes over the United States, are they going to move every time Ping comes to California? Are they going to pack up all the street people living on the street in San Francisco and send them to China? And then
let me just put a rest to all the hypotheticals up in here because there's been a lot of them being ran off.
Okay, go ahead, Ray.
Oh man. Americans aren't gonna let shit take over this country.
That's good.
That's the bottom line.
Right.
That's the bottom line. I mean, I guess I gotta repeat it and keep repeating it and keep repeating it and keep unless they gonna kill 300 and well, it's probably 400 million right now. Unless they gonna kill 400 million people, because that's the only way they're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way they're gonna do it. We'll put up with a lot of shit. We'll tolerate a lot. We are a very how you we don't we don't like we don't want the first resort to be anything harmful. We always would like to try to find the easy way out of shit. But when the rubber hits the road, dude, you are not taking our freedom away from us. I don't know how much. Well, I guess people got to see a lot more of America being pissed off before they really understand that America is not going nowhere. I mean, my man's got people walking through the South Bronx talking about enough is enough. Do you know what the South Bronx is, man? Come on, there was a day, bro, not too long ago. You better not walk out your house with a Trump hat or a Trump shirt on, dude, in the South Bronx. Those are the people that put AOC in office.
Yep.
That's how naive they can be to situations. But when the rubber hits the road, do you see what those same Puerto Ricans are doing? I don't know. I don't know what people gotta see. Maybe they gotta see Jesus come walk on water before they realize that this is all going to go down the same.
I hope not. I hope not, because I don't think they're going to see Jesus come walk.
Did people not see 100,000 people in Jersey? Another blue state.
That was awesome.
I mean, now they say on Thursday they got capacity for 33,500 people. I'll be back on here Friday saying there was about 10,000, 10 to 20,000 out there.
Yep.
Awesome.
You watch. People are done. Americans are not as dumb as the Democrats would like to lead everybody to believe. Americans aren't dumb. Americans aren't dumb.
That's good.
We know exactly what the hell's going on. Some are too afraid to say something. Some just willing to run out the clock and say, yo, we thinking like me. This is how it's going to go. Just let the process play out. Because a lot of Americans are sitting back like, there ain't no way in hell this man going to go to jail. They didn't produce nothing. I mean, nothing.
They didn't. No.
Nothing. Nothing. At all.
Was it worth a career suicide? Seriously, who is going to hire? Who's going to hire Bragg? Who's going to hire Jack? Smith?
Well, they all signed up for political suicide. I mean, because they thought they were protected. See, when you have the blessing of the hierarchy, and
right?
They were like, we got you, and then the hierarchy starts collapsing.
Oh.
And then you realize you ain't got nobody that can really have your back. Because believe me, you got people like Bragg, Letitia James, Boss James, Fannie Willis. They all sitting back like, yo.
We didn't mean it wasn't supposed to end this way.
This wasn't even gonna happen like this. What are y'all?
Alvin is wishing he never had anything to brag about anyway.
Not now. You're right. Oh my gosh.
But you know,
and who's going to hire all these people? You know, like when Alvin Bragg doesn't get reelected.
No, man, Alvin Bragg gonna be working in. He's gonna be working in the kitchen. He's gonna be kitchen worker in the penitentiary. He's gonna be the kitchen. He's gonna be the kitchen.
Yeah.
They are all see.
Alvin
can always be a Walmart greeter. Always be a Walmart greeter.
Alvin's going to be hiding in his cell in solitary, hoping that he doesn't have to ever get into general population.
Scary, right?
Susanna Cardo
Yep.
says she's got a lot to say. You don't need a mic and a
Yep.
headphone. Only thing you need is a telephone
Nope.
or a laptop.
You don't. Yep.
And if
Yep.
anybody's in your surroundings, they'll hear what the conversation
Yeah.
is, unless you want a mic and a headphone.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. Nope. It is not expensive. It is not as expensive as anybody thinks it is.
And then you got Cardi B. You know,
Okay.
Cardi B,
Oh,
as much as I don't like her,
Yep.
dude, she's got a lot of influence, bro. And she like, Joe Biden lied to us. Lied, he lied, he lied, he ain't do nothing, he lied. That's all I want to hear. That's all I want to hear. I don't care whose mouth it comes from now.
Yep.
I don't care. We
you
take them
see her,
all in.
yeah,
Yep.
she was crying, and her big long red nails. Oh, it was a piece. Yeah, she was so
Oh,
disappointed.
she thought Joe Biden was the best thing since sliced bread a couple of years ago. But see, there was a lot of people that got duped by Joe Biden.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how.
Even Joe Biden. I don't know if even Joe Biden thought years ago that Joe Biden was the best thing since sliced bread.
I mean,
So
how can people
it'll
forget
be.
that
It'll be.
this is the
It
same
will
man
be
that said he
sad.
didn't want his kids to go to school in a racial jungle? And how can you forget? This is the same guy who authored the crime bill in 94, 95. I don't know how black people got so twisted and demented
Yep.
into the
He's the
direction
same.
of this
He's
man.
the same man. He's the same vice president, senator, whoever that didn't want, or vice president who stood before the cameras and swore that he and his president Barack Obama did not favor gay marriage.
You you know Joe
And he
Biden.
looks so serious in that clip. There is no way, I can see it in my head every time I hear it. Joe Biden says,
You know when
"Me
Joe
and my
Biden gave that
president
Prince's
do
speech.
not."
You know when he gave that
What?
speech at Howard to them young black men.
Okay.
He
Yep.
thought he was giving a 1967 civil rights speech.
Ah,
Oh God.
If you listen to it, because he's telling black men that they ain't got no hope. The white man got their foot on their neck. They gonna have to work 10 times as
oh,
hard to get ahead.
But
It sounded like a speech back in the days of Martin Luther, a civil rights speech. I mean,
isn't it
are
true?
you
Did they
supposed to be
prove
talking hope and prosperity and
did they prove that Biden wasn't there?
wasn't where?
The Civil Rights March, the Martin Luther King
I
thing
don't know.
that he supposedly claims to be there, but he it appears that he wasn't.
Joe was everywhere.
You know.
Joe was
he remembers. Yeah, I saw a meme about him remembering when he was rescued in a basket in
I don't know
in
what it
Yeah,
is.
when
Egypt.
when he was
He's not
no
Moses. Oh my gosh.
he was Moses' twin brother.
Oh, come on.
The basket that he got put in was airlifted and shipped out.
Oh, in a time machine. Oh my god, I'm kidding. But no, it's crazy. It's so sad. I can't wait till the White House, the whole regime gets charged with elderly abuse. You can't do this. This is sick. The poor guy. Well,
Well,
the
Jill's
last
doing it.
the
Jill,
last
Jill's doing
commencement,
it.
he
Jill's
farted.
doing it. I'm sure Kamala is in on it.
That's the whole
The entire
situation.
White House,
Creepy.
has to be in on it. I
Yeah,
mean,
what was up
There
with
should be a lot of people for malpractice. The doctor, the White House chief of staff. I mean, we know Papa ain't all there. We know he's not there.
Papa? Right.
This man was reading off a teleprompter and still told
reading it wrong.
9 lies. How do you read off a teleprompter and still tell 9 blatant lie. There was one instance he said something about Americans was going to get $800,000, $8,000. Dude, you were wrong on both of them because it said $800 on the teleprompter.
Mm.
I mean,
I
see,
still,
that's
I'm,
why I can't go out in public because I'm ready to slap shit out of somebody that says otherwise. That this man is just, I'm just over it.
I still can't get past the last State of the Union address when Dr. Jill comes down the aisle, and where does she stop? She stops right at Kamala's husband and plants her lips on him. It was not like the rich and famous mwah, mwah. You know how
These
they kiss on
people,
each side? It was not like that.
listen,
They have something going on.
these people,
They do.
I figured it all out. I figured it. I figured it out, and I'm glad God got me far, far away from it all. Because if you notice, all of these people are Democrats. Puff Daddy, Oprah Winfrey,
Oh, God.
Barack Obama,
Oprah Windbag.
Epstein.
Oprah Windbag.
These are all
Epstein.
Democrats. So when Jill kissed, they probably got their own freak off parties because they
probably do.
all of the same cloth. So when she kissed, when she went and kissed, I seen pictures with Oprah kissing Harvey Weinstein, kissing P. Diddy, kissing all kind of white men. This is what they do. I'm realizing it's a fraternity. The Democratic Party is a fraternity with its own laws and rituals and freak offs and everybody gets up and drink their lion juice in the morning and they got their own aura about them. They live in their
It's the
boss,
thing.
the plane, boss, the plane. They live in their own fantasy island, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
telling you. But if you think about Fantasy Island, Mr. Rourke and Tattoo, you could live your fantasy. You can do whatever you want to do. Mr.
Yeah.
Rourke, he let you do whatever you want to do on the fantasy. And they think that they got Tattoo that just told them to come on down here. And
Wow.
think,
Good analogy. Good analogy.
that was one of the first things I said about Biden long before they started talking about dementia. I thought that Dr. Jill had taken him to Fantasy Island for the weekend, and he got
Island.
and she bought him president of the United States for a weekend, and evidently they couldn't get Joe to understand that it was just a fantasy and it was over when he got back. Now the Democrats are stuck with him.
Yeah, because Joe want ice cream and he want to smell little girl hair every day.
Oh my God.
He want to smell hair every day. He like, well, y'all let me do it on the island. They were like, Joe, now you was by yourself with no camera. But moving on to another subject. Have y'all been following the P. Diddy case since I brought that up, the Puff Daddy case? Y'all know anything about the black community? What's going on? Have you getting out the house any?
I heard supposedly that they thought he left the United States. And that turned out to be false.
Go back to bed and wake up. You 2 weeks behind.
His plane left and went somewhere, but he wasn't on it supposedly.
Okay,
so
well, I don't know. Let me bring people up to speed because unlike you, Dave, I cover the black perspective and the white perspective on what's going on in America, Dave. Okay.
Hey, it's my job.
You gotta get out into the urban community.
It's my job to bring the actual and factual here to Boogie with the Bull.
Gotta get on the BET network,
the people who know it, to come here and share it, and that's why Boogie with the Bull is a proud member of the Patriots Lab Network.
And you are loved and adored. But getting back to Puff Daddy,
P. Diddy. Oh, yes.
He did it.
So this is why I
He
don't
did it.
trust people. So it came out that he was going all around talking about Cassie was trying to extort him for money, and he would never put his hands on her, and she was just lying, and he would never do that. Well, you know what? All of a sudden, a tape came out with Puff Daddy running down the hall with some lifesaver socks on. I say lifesaver because they had different color stripes on them. I don't know what a grown ass man doing wearing socks like that. Anyway, with a damn towel wrapped around his waist, chasing my girl Cassie down the hallway, and he caught up to her, and it looked like one of the WWF moves that they take him down with. But before I know it, she had hit the ground, and then he began to stomp on her and everything, and that's why I don't trust nobody.
He loves violence. That's
But see,
crazy.
Yep.
He loves it.
Sad.
and now he wants to come out with an apology.
No.
He wants to come out with well, I was in a dark place, dude. But we're gonna get to the real cliffhanger after this.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude,
Nobody
nobody
going
wants
to
to
a
hear
dark.
an
He's going
apology
to a dark place.
because you were swearing up and down she was trying to extort you. Now, what are we supposed to believe about the other 15 people that said you had to freak offs and made them do this and other lawsuits? That kind of weighs heavily against your favor now that you're a known liar.
Yep.
Now that you're a known liar, but here's the kicker.
Here's the kicker.
Here's the kicker.
Here's the kicker.
This is why I'm hot. This is why I'm hot. This is the question nobody's asking. If the incident took place in 2016, why are we just now seeing the videotape? If the incident took place in 2016, why are we just now seeing the videotape? So this is how evil the industry is when they have dirt on you and they can use and manipulate you to whatever they want you to do, and then when they're done with you and you have to be the fall guy.
Oh yeah.
All of a sudden we got a tape of him beating her ass now? Well, who can get a hold of such tape and make it disappear for almost 10 years and then make it come out? It wasn't P. Diddy.
The weaponized DOJ, the FBI, who got a hold of it, and FBI cyber somehow got a hold of it, and it sat there. And the answer to that question is who can hide it? Hunter Biden's laptop sat there for 3 years, and I remember one of the trials where Matt Gaetz asked in the House, the assistant director of FBI cyber, do you know where Hunter Biden's laptop is right now? And the guy looked at him and he said, not a clue, basically. And Gaetz whipped out all this stack of paperwork and he said, you signed it in. It's an FBI cyber. It's been sitting there for 3 years. Why hasn't anybody looked at it? So it's the same thing. That whole apparatus can hide anything that they want on anybody, because you got to look. They had to know in 2016 that Joe Biden already had dementia, and there was no, they had to change their plan. But go ahead.
Let me answer the question. Suzanne's in here, who wanted Diddy to keep quiet. A lot of people wanted Diddy to keep quiet. But see, I'm going to answer the question that I asked, because I know why the tape just came out. I just want to know if anybody else knew why the tape just came out. Do y'all remember just a couple of weeks ago they raided P. Diddy's house?
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember?
That's when it came out, right?
So wouldn't you think P. Diddy, knowing the hotel got cameras, after he beat her ass, he had his people go get the surveillance tape, and they got the surveillance tape when they went in there and raided his house because Cassie told him he got the tape at the crib. He got it. If y'all go to the crib, y'all gonna find all the evidence you need. Because you gotta remember how the DOJ or the FBI couldn't have it because they didn't know the incident ever took place. And by the time people was talking about the incident, the tapes was long gone out of the hotel. The people wasn't talking about this until a year or so afterward. So yeah, he went, he had his people take the tapes because he knew that, well, maybe he didn't know because he was all inebriated, but his people knew. They was like, yo, dog, we got to go get surveillance tape, bro. They got that shit, bro. He was like, yo, y'all go get the tape. Paid off the hotel. Hotel people gave him the tape. They took it back to the crib thinking nothing was ever going to happen. But you know what Puff Daddy started doing? I hear he started blackmailing people, trying to get some real juicy shit on the higher ups. So people like Clive Davis and stuff like that. And see, when you go sniffing around and people want you to be gone, so there's a lot more of that to come, though. A lot more of that to come.
Okay. All right, hang on just a second. Eric Driver, if you're watching on the Boogie with the Bull page and it tells you you need to buy stars, you do not need to buy stars. I suggest that most people watch it on my profile and not on the Boogie with the Bull page. The only reason I send it to the Boogie with the Bull page is that there are about 1,700 people who like that page and they mainly read and watch stuff. So I normally tell people watch it on my profile is the best location to watch it. We're going to probably stop sending it to the page in the next few weeks anyway because I got to free up a slot for Rumble. So we'll probably put Rumble where the page is. But anyway, yeah, disregard any notification that you get if you're watching on the Boogie with the Bull page and it tells you that you need to buy stars. We can't even sell you stars on the Boogie with the Bull page until we have 5,000 likes, and we'll probably be owned and operated and on the Patriots Lab network long before that page gets 5,000 likes. It's only 15 years old. So that's my apology. I hope Ray didn't get knocked off. But if you are watching on William Rayfield's page and or any Patriots Lab group or page, and you see that need to buy stars, yes, that is something that you should do. But that's a little bit of whatever I need to do. I tell people you should watch the Boogie with the Bull broadcast on my profile and on Facebook, and then it will get shared off. It may get shared off of Facebook. Off of the Boogie with the Bull page. But if you want to be in the live chats on Facebook, you want to watch it on the Dave Golden profile. Anyway, so I apologize. And Eric, I'm glad to see that you are here. And also, you can, if you don't, I also tell people that sometimes I get a little behind in checking out all the monitors with people's comments on them, so that if your comments are not getting the proper attention, please feel free to shoot me a live message on Facebook Messenger and tell me that you're out there, and I will do my best to make sure everybody's comments gets the proper recognition that they need. Go ahead, Jen. You look like you got something to say.
No, No, I was responding to Eric's. I'm like, we see your comments. No one's responding because we're all scared of the Gestapo. I'm just teasing. We're
Nah,
not
I'm not
scared of
scared.
it.
I am not scared of the Gestapo. If Facebook
I
came
am.
to me tomorrow and said, "You're done. You won't be here anymore," we'd be someplace else.
I don't want to get kicked off of Facebook. I saw the stupidest thing, Dave, and I was out for a month. And I thought it was so funny. And now I realize I'm not that funny because it was very offensive against community standards. So anytime I say something
But
that could be a little bit offensive, I don't put a space
but you
in
know
between the
what?
words. What?
The problem that gets me with Facebook and the community standards is they do what I call community standards censorship. They find something that they don't want on Facebook, and then they look for the worst community standards violation, and they try to associate it to that, and they took it down. Terry Stark is off for like another extended sabbatical from Facebook because she posted one of those pictures that everybody's seen of the back of Joe Biden and Dr. Jill walking through the Rose Garden toward Marine One, the helicopter. And someone added to the picture, it looked like Joe crapped his pants, for lack of putting it better. And they labeled it 38 minutes after she put it up. They labeled it sexual exploitation of an adult.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I was on the phone in minutes with someone, a contact I know that works at Facebook. And I said to him, "You've got to be kidding."
There's nothing sexual.
And I said, "There's nothing." Well, yeah, I said, "There's nothing sexual about it," and you can't disagree with if that really happened, because the White House, everyone in the White House press briefing room has cameras and photographers roaming the grounds of the White House looking for that $1 million picture of Joe Biden. And if they got that picture, they would take that picture and they would publish that picture. So, but it's neither here nor there. You can't take everything that somebody says about Joe Biden or whatever and anybody and make it a Facebook violation.
Right.
That's my big thing. I mean, we cleaned up. I told you I sent them probably at least close to 100-page email document on the Red Patriots for America group and showed them that, by Facebook rules, that group shouldn't have any violations against them, and they took them away. And now what's happening? They're back spanking us for stupid things.
Wow.
But Brother Ray said that he left, a cord got knocked out. A cord got knocked out, so hopefully if he gets the cord put back in, he'll be back with us. And Jonathan Bailey, our buddy, friend of Bonnie Johnson, who is running for an independent candidate for president, has a detailed hashtag comment right there that you can take and read. And Jonathan, put the name of the group into live chat so that people can make sure they get to the group and help it grow. I want to say American Revolution Party, but I don't know if that's the right group. But moving right along. Hashtags for everybody. But I still want to know. Ray touched upon it, you did, and we all just kept kind of moving along. I want to know why everybody in the Epstein list hasn't been
Exposed. Tell us who's
exposed.
on the
And
list.
the sad thing about it is when they are all exposed in Congress, it's going to be members of both parties. It's not just going to be Democrats. It's not
Right.
going to, there are unfortunately there are going to be Republicans and there's going to be Democrats that you don't think would ever have done something like this are going to be named.
And entertainers, half of Hollywood.
Supposedly Donald Trump is going to be named. I just think that, what are we waiting for? And I start wondering maybe, like I said, the reason that they're not doing anything is because so many people in Congress are going to not be in Congress anymore when they're indicted that, what's going to happen. Randy Rhodes is going to come join us
I mean, this list goes so far. It's not just our Congress, both sides, and it's not just Hollywood. It goes to England. It crosses the pond. King Charles, he is on the list.
The Queen took secrets with her. Wow. I'm sure, because the Queen. I mean, I don't know if the Queen was ever on Epstein Island. I have to imagine that she probably was, because every king before her probably was. I don't know if the Queen Mother was before she passed away, And
Victoria.
Unfortunately, we raise our kings and presidents to take part in some of that.
No. They all look so good. I mean, their skin looks so good. My grandma, we've got it in our genetics. It's good. It's not adrenochrome. My grandma, bless her heart, she died at 99. We have longevity. She looked fantastic. Barely had any wrinkles. It was vodka. It was not adrenochrome. But I'm sorry. She embalmed herself, bless her heart. And good woman, but wow. I mean, everyone chooses their poison, and that was hers. But anyhow, this adrenochrome, that terrifies me. It really does.
Yep.
It's sick. And I guess that with all the satanic rituals going on now, and England was involved, including the Queen. And my gosh, you can only look young for so long. Then I guess.
Yep. Yep. There's rumors that just about everybody was involved in that. I just wish they would get the list out and let everybody know what happened. And if your name is on the list and you don't think it should be, then you get your opportunity to prove why it shouldn't be on the list. But if your name is on the list, I don't know what's going to happen to you. I don't know what's going to happen. People that there is a link that was sent to you, Randy. I think it just looks like a little bubble, but let me look. Let me go look and make sure I do. Where is it? No, I guess I didn't. I thought I did. Yeah. Scroll back up to where it says, sorry that you couldn't do it. No, wait a minute. I don't know. There's a link there, but anyway, if you can't find us, we're going to get near to wrapping this one up anyway, but fairly quick. We'll bring in for a little bit. Hang on just a second. The beauty of live radio. It's not going to be anything fancy, Randy. It's just going to be the bubble that says StreamYard. So come join us, and we will give you an opportunity to join us and be part of the fun. So whoops, wait a minute. Now, sparing no additional expense, all roads lead Randy to Boogie with the Bull Tuesday night.
And now you're home. Poor Randy. He looks terrified. Like, this is not where I wanted to end up at. Hi, Randy.
Hey. Yeah, 7:00 is our normal time to have family time at the Rhodes house.
Okay.
So I apologize, but I saw you guys are still on. So I thought, what the heck? I'll join you for whatever time you have left. Caught part of your conversation about the president and the king and the queen and the king and the prince and all the royal bullcrap that goes on in today's and past days. But, if you do a search like I do of royals, they're messed up. I mean, between back in the day with the intermarriages, the
reading, yep.
The king falls in love with the queen or a princess of another country, and he has to have her, and no matter what, he has to have her. So he will send hundreds of thousands of men who don't give a shit off into war to fight to get that one woman, so he can have his fun time in bed. It's always been that way, and they've gotten away with it because they have the power, they have the money, they have the ability to do that.
Isn't it true that Elizabeth's advisors told her not to marry Philip? That he was really that even though he's a prince, he was nowhere near her league of royalty.
Well, it wasn't that. It was more the fact that they knew what kind of a man he was. I mean, look at what it turns out all this bull crap he's done. That's why the one son doesn't have any respect for him. But to be honest with you, I'm very hopeful that the youngest son that's in line now to become king is going to change that all around, because he seems to have a whole lot more respect and honor than his predecessor. Look at his brother. His brother married an American woman, which right off the bat disqualifies him. But the fact that woman, and I hate to say this, folks, and if you want to smack me in the face, smack me in the face. I'll have my face here waiting for you. But she must be great in bed. That he would give up his royal status, his castles, his palaces, his all the royalty, the chance of becoming king at some point in time when his brother dies. Wow, she must have something over him to make him throw that all away. Because
she probably
he lost. Because he lost that monthly.
He was probably never going to become king anyway. Because it'll go to William, then it goes through his sons and daughters, and then it goes through
it won't go to the daughters. It won't go to the daughters.
Yeah, it will go to the daughters. It will go to the daughters because
I think it stays in the males. The only reason why Queen Elizabeth became queen because there's no male heirs.
Right, but William's children are direct descendants of William, who's in line to be a king, and the same thing with his son. His son. Right. I think one daughter isn't one daughter older than the son.
I'm not sure about that. I don't follow that close, but I
think it goes sons and daughters from a king. It won't get to Princess Anne, who is a few years younger than Charles.
You gotta feel bad for those women,
Well, it won't get to her, and if by some strange of whatever it did get to her, it wouldn't go to her children because her husband is not a royal, and Anne asked Elizabeth to not give her son and daughter royal positions. They're not a prince and a princess, so it wouldn't get to that. Andrew, who is Charles' brother, I believe younger than Anne, if it got to
That's
him,
my coffee, baby.
if it got to him, his daughters can become queen because they're his daughters.
You guys see my cat?
But
I saw
anyway,
your cat. She
all
likes
I worry
coffee.
about is the day they knock on the door and they say, "Dave, you're the King of England." Randy Rhoads contacted us and said, "You're the King of England."
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, Randy, earlier. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. We need to get you to tie the American General Patton in 1944 to Trump's line, to Trump's genealogy line.
That'd be easy to do.
I think they're related. Someone says it's a great uncle. Someone says it wasn't. Oh, they are.
I tell you what.
Randy Rhoads. Randy Rhoads said they are.
Tell you what. It's easy. It's easy peasy to do. It just takes a little bit of time. So I tell you, my chore tonight is to make that connection, and then I'll make an announcement.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree that blood portrait is it reminds me of a dirty napkin. Yeah, I said that. Oh, there. I'm
Why is this happening?
But seriously, you gotta feel bad for the women of the royals because they have to, every time that something royal happens, they have to get all dressed up and they have to go and they pay their respects. They got to bow to whoever they got to bow to, and they got to curtsy or whatever. And it's like, they'll never see that, in return. And I don't know, but if we had to do it again, folks, we should have kept our politics as being a monarchy. I think our country would have been better with Washington as king. I think we would have been a lot better off, period, than what we are right now, because you have the control, and right now, Charles should take over over Parliament and kick out all those people who are intent on destroying England and the United Kingdom. Because that's what they're trying to do. The United Kingdom for 1,000 years ruled the world. Okay, and now it's just a small speck of what it used to be because they're allowing these other nations to take back their land and fight them, and they did poorly in battle. So now here we are. We got the Muslims are overfilling the England. And eventually it's going to become a Muslim nation. And they're going to say, "Ha, we got you. All those times you came over to our country in your white jackets and your crosses and so forth and your Bibles, now it's our turn." And that's what's happening.
The only thing keeping America from becoming Sharia law is the Constitution. And we have to hold on to that and teach it in the schools again. I can't do it enough. It's crazy. So I made those printouts. I still have it. I don't have the link to it right now, Dave, but I have a link you can print out that will give you a free pocket Bill of Rights. And it talks about what started this was the coercive acts of England when they came to try to get money from the colonists after we left England. Okay, we left on the Mayflower and other various boats because we didn't want to be taxed. We wanted to go to the great new world and start our own stuff. So we had 13 colonies, and they came back. They fought us in the Revolutionary War, and then they came back in 1812. And because they needed money because they can't make their own. It's so frustrating. But the only thing that protected us was in 1776 when we kicked their butts, got them out of here, and wrote the Constitution, as well as the Declaration of Independence, and telling them, look, we the people. You're not part of this. It was to tell them, this is where you stop because we can self-govern ourselves. And it's like they forgot, well, it's the only thing that is protecting us right now from Sharia law, because that is the end game that everybody wants. And it's sick. Nobody wants it. The left does because they can be the overlords and we can be the serfs. Our lefts, globalists, those people, the elites.
I agree with you in part, but unfortunately, you got a part of our political government that is stepping all over that Constitution.
Right.
They're stepping all over our Bill of Rights. They don't care. As long as they can get away with it, they're going to keep getting away with it. Now, I have a shred of, oh my God, maybe there's a chance. Who knows? Kind of feeling when I saw the news today about the New York, and I think it's calling Trump's old lawyer, how he is screwing up so bad, and how he admitted to recording the conversation. And then to find out there was no conversation about him paying off, and how he was lying about all kinds of stuff.
Conan, yeah, he's talking about Conan.
Their testimony, their key witness, has fallen apart, and I just love it. In fact, it got so bad that the judge, as I understand it, actually covered up his face because she couldn't believe how bad it was.
That's good. That was good news. Very good.
As Ray said in the beginning, the cases are all starting to fall apart.
I just hope they fall apart fast enough that gets him a clear shot without any dust, settling over him about the whole damn court thing. And again, folks, he's going to get cleared of all these. I hate to say, smack me in the face. He's going to get cleared of all these charges, and it's going to come down to November 1st, November 2nd, November 3rd. There's going to be another assassination attempt against him. I'm not sure who I heard it. Maybe it might have been on Jerry's show, but I heard that there's 16 attempts already on Trump's life.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't hear much about them, and I don't know. But it is coming up on 10 of 9, so we'll move toward the closing statements. Jen, if you're around tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock your time, it's 10 o'clock our time, you're more than welcome to join us for Wednesday morning. And Eric Driver, if you're around at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, you can join us, and your comments will actually be heard because you'll be talking into a camera, and they will get heard faster than they do being seen in the live chat sometimes. Yeah. So let's see, Randy, you want to?
Sure.
You had an announcement you said you needed to make, so. Or you said something about an announcement.
Well, I was just going to say, I think you're talking about the Trump and Patton thing. So when we jump off here, I'll quick organize because it's a quick search. I know Trump's birth date. I know his parents' names. And that's all I need to get back to where Patton is. But I do have an opening on my schedule now. My one client, has come to the end of his search. So I will be marketing for another person to come on board if they're looking for their family research. And it's like I mentioned before, I can find all kinds of good stuff and bad stuff. It's all there, just waiting to be found.
Yep. And Randy's offering a special to those who listen to Boogie with the Bull broadcast. Normally he gives you 15 minutes and goes back 5 generations. Now he is giving you 60 minutes free and claims to go back 600 generations.
I don't know about that. Maybe a dozen or so.
Okay. Well, that's a little bit further.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. So, all right, Randy, tomorrow morning, 6 a.m.
Yep. Jen, Jen, keep doing what you're doing, Jen. I'm gonna throw this out for her because the way our nation is right now, with the attack on the children and the attack on the Christian conservative families, for Jen to take 5 children and homeschool them through most of their school years. It's phenomenal. It's a testimony to her strength to do it and ability to take time out of her normal days to do the teaching. But it's important because excuse me, because the crap they're teaching in public schools, no matter how good or your neighborhood is or whatever, it's getting slid in there. All the bull crap that mom and dad truly don't want their kids learning about are being brainwashed to. So if you can, folks, take your kids out of school. There are some places where you actually can get money to pay for the expenses. You can still participate in the school events like sports and things like that. But at least you have control over what your children are being taught and have them brought up the right way.
Maybe it was Stephen Tolliver, but someone I thought told me while we were talking about homeschooling with Jen one night that supposedly you can go before the school board and the taxes that you pay that go to the school board, you can in fact hold and use that money to homeschool your children. And
all I can say is good luck with that. You can try.
Of course, Crazy Horse is not with us any longer.
Right. But go to my website. Please go to this.
I thought it was something that national association that you and Stephen kept.
Yeah. Go to my website. CookieCrumbs.com. It's spelled CRUMS, Cookie Crumbs, CRUMS. There's no silent B in it. Just CookieCrumbs.com. And that will take you to my site. And on the About page or the home page, there's a little cartoon of me directing you to the website you're talking about, Dave. It's called HSLDA, which is Homeschool Legal. It used to be Legal Defense Associates. Yeah, that's we'll talk about it. But going over. Sorry, I'll shut up. Go to Cookie Crumb.
Okay. CookieCrumbs.com. All right, let me read this last one before we go. And I couldn't quite get it all. Why did President Trump go to Johns Hopkins? And did you know that Johns Hopkins covered up surgical crimes against transgender patients, which in fact allowed drag queen story hour in our schools? No, I didn't personally know anything about that. We can look into that. And
well, isn't Johns Hopkins the go-to hospital for all the very important people, like the President of the United States, because it's military run?
That's Walter Reed.
Or yeah, you're right, Walter Reed.
Johns Hopkins is a major hospital.
Yeah, but unfortunately, whoever texted that, as far as the surgeries, if a child wants it and asks for it, or the parent asks for it, the medical professions have to legally give it to them. Like in the military. If you're in the military and you're a guy and you say you want to become a girl, guess what? The military pays for damn surgery.
And if you go to prison, like Brad, what's his name, that stole the stuff under Obama? Yeah, he went and we paid for his.
Yeah.
And it's a sad thing. I was even saying back then during them that hey, if you can't afford to pay for it, then do that. But it's kind of stupid that people have to do that. I don't believe the government should pay for it. If you want it and you're entitled to it, and you're old enough to make that decision, then you pay for it.
I would think that would have to fall under voluntary surgery. It's like if I want to have my nose fixed or something like that. You would think that would have to fall under those kind of conditions. So they has to come out of their pocket, not the taxpayers' pocket.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't come out of the taxpayers. Should not be paying for you to change the whoever you are in your body to whoever you want to be. You should be paying for it. But by the same token, it has to be affordable so that everybody who wants it can get it. We don't want to go back to the old days when every state in the union decided that abortion should be illegal, and people were going into alleys and jumping into vans and this and that and the other stuff, and getting seriously messed up. We don't want that. So fund.
Yeah,
So I don't know. I don't know how you fund a lot of things that our government does. Derek said, I feel the decision for which hospital to treat Trump's COVID had something to do with a supply of
ivermectin.
You're probably right, Eric. You're probably right. Also, he did monoclonal antibodies, which this is, for lack of putting it better, it's kind of like injecting plasma into your body, but it corrects. And so yeah, but I don't know if that was done at Walter Reed or not. Sabrina Henry, you're more than welcome to come on. We're going to wrap it up in about 3 minutes, so you won't get on today. Do me a favor, write me a message as soon as we end this broadcast. Who you are, give me some background on you, and we will plug you into broadcast. We do 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we do 7 p.m. on Tuesday and Thursday, and open discussion night tonight, like today, and like this coming Thursday. You're more than welcome to come and join us. So, like I said, send me a message as soon as this broadcast ends and give me some information on you, and you'll probably get an invitation to come join us on Thursday.
So, did you guys hear the good news about the American Rebellion?
What?
Nikki Young will be joining Jerry Michaels tomorrow on American Rebellion.
Good.
They have made amends, and they are friends again, and they are ready to rock and roll.
Good. If you run into Jerry Michaels, he's always welcome here. He's always welcome on the 10 a.m.s. He's around on a Saturday at 10 a.m. when we do that one. He's welcome there too. I have no way to get a hold of him to let him know that he is welcome. So if you talk to him, you're more than welcome to let him know. And on that note, Randy, say something. Yeah. And say good night, Randy.
He's on mute. Okay. Oh, he fell asleep.
No, he turned his microphone off. And,
okay.
Propel.
Right. Oh, great. Propel. Okay.
All right, Eric Driver, you're welcome to join us on Thursday night too, if you're going to be near a camera and a microphone. And Sabrina, a lot of people thought COVID was a scam and still think COVID is a scam. So the only thing we can't do that night is be live on the Boogie with the Boogie YouTube channel, because if we say anything bad about COVID, they knock that broadcast off and tell me to go play on Facebook for a week. And then Facebook knocks me off of Facebook for a week, and I don't know where we're going to go. But anyway, Jen, it was always a pleasure having you here tonight. I'm glad you ran home from your
pardon me,
civil duties in Idaho, and
that was fun.
And voted on a Scotch plaid ballot.
It was great. It's good to see you, and thank you everybody for watching. This was a lot of fun.
It was. All right, Jen, we will see you the next time we see you. You're welcome Thursday. If you're awake tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, come join me and Randy and whoever else shows up. All right?
Bye-bye.
All right. Jen Woodruff, the homeschool mom. Always a pleasure to have Jen with us. And I, like I said, Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning at 10 o'clock. and everybody else at 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So let's see. This is the time I tell you you've been watching Boogie with Bull Tuesday Night Live, a copyrighted presentation of the No Bunch Broadcasting Company, and just say that I apologize. At the beginning of the broadcast, I think I said Thursday Night Live and then corrected myself and said Tuesday Night Live. If I didn't, it is in fact Tuesday. So tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., my profile, the Boogie with the Bull page, and the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, we will be here. And very quickly, we will set up Rumble and get it all set up. It won't be this week. And don't forget, go to the Family Treasures Facebook page. You'll see a chicken picture that looks multicolored. That's the right one. There's more than one Family Treasures page on Facebook, so go to the right one. If you can't find it, get a hold of me and I'll send you the link. This Saturday, Memorial weekend, this Saturday, Daytona Beach, and Daytona Beach is all day. Dress accordingly, and come by and look at some fantastic crochet stuff. And if you don't see something that is fantastic and you have to leave with right away, make a special order, and you will get it very quickly, and everybody will be happy. Anyway, double D's for victory. That's what we do. Double D's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is coming to an end. And double D's for victory that it did.